currently undergoing some routine maintenance. We expect to be back on the air shortly. This is the National Weather Service in Ruskin, Florida, providing weather information 24 hours a day on radio stations KWN 38, Marston, Florida, in Levy County. WWF 38, Lecanto, Florida, in Citrus County. KHB 32, Tampa Bay area, Florida. WWG 59, Venice, Florida. WXK 83, Fort Myers, Florida. And WXK 83A in Sebring, Avon Park, Florida.
Alright guys, so, shut up. Okay, so yeah, all NOAA Weather Radio transmitters operated by the National Weather Service in Tampa Bay, Ruskin area are currently off the air. This is, according to them, based on the fact that they are undergoing routine maintenance. But earlier they were using the Paul voice. Their Tom voice was doing terribly. It kept having interruptions, like not interruptions in speech, well pretty much, but it was gaps where it would cut and just not say anything. So the processor sounded like it was overloaded. So maybe that's just their excuse. They must be having technical difficulties. But I will show you that now I am receiving much less NOAA Weather Radio stations. A lot less of them are popping up on my radio. So 162.5, which we were listening to earlier, is off. 500, and 162.55 is off the air. KPS 505 is off the air. WXK 83 and XK 83A, the one in Tarpon Springs, they're all off the air. Oh, are you exiting programming or something? Well, that's KIH 63. It just reverts back to that if I haven't made a selection. Why do I keep doing air quotes? It's just, it's the new thing. Don't judge me. So, it's my new thing. Alright, not backlight. Our bacon, lettuce, and tomato. If you've watched my review before on this particular radio, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Miles an hour. Radio is currently undergoing some routine maintenance.
Oh, well, they just came back on.
We expect to be back on the air shortly.
Let's see if we can pick that up on my 12149 now. Oh, gosh. Alright, we gotta hold this in a special position in order for it to work properly. It's pretty retro to hear a human voice on this thing.
NOAA Weather Radio is currently undergoing some routine maintenance. We expect to be back on the air shortly.
So yeah, it seems pretty retro to be able to have a live voice on this particular model of NOAA Weather Radio, because back in the day they used to use only live voices because they didn't have text-to-speech. The deck talk was being developed in the 80s, but there was really no way, you know, that they would have used that back then. So all it was a meteorologist pre-recording live broadcasts onto the station. Now, this particular NOAA Weather Radio station's broadcast format, I want to say, or their technology that they use to broadcast is pretty old, because that guy sounds like something straight out of the 80s. It sounds like it must have been recorded on a tape cartridge or something. So maybe that's just their backup. They kept part of the system running that uses a live voice. I mean, they have to. It's mandatory that they don't have to use a live voice only when the transmitter goes down or when stuff goes down. Oh, I heard a ding-ding. All right. Another ding-ding. Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah, it's pretty retro to be able to hear that on here. I don't know why this one gets terrible reception on 162.55. Oh god, it's crossfading. Alright, hold on. Where's my scanner? That is channel 5, which is 500.
88. When...
Begin to impact the Tampa Bay waters in the next half hour. Visitors can expect gusty winds winds up to 33 knots, locally higher waves, and lightning strikes. Boaters should seek safe harbor immediately until these storms pass. The current time is 12:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The tropical weather outlook issued by the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Daylight time for the North Atlantic, Caribbean,
Oh, they're having
the Gulf of
problems.
Mexico. Tropical cyclone formation is not a... These are the noon observations for the local area on Friday, August 7th. At Tampa International, light rain was falling. The temperature was 86 degrees, the dew point 79, and the relative humidity 79%, producing a heat index of 99. The wind was southwest at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.00 inches and falling. At St. Pete Clearwater Airport, it was partly sunny.
Sounds like their voice
The temperature was 87 degrees.
computer
The dew
failed.
point 77. And the relative humidity 72%.
You could hear it cutting out.
Producing a heat index of 99. The wind was west at 15 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.00 inches and falling. At Lakeland, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 82 degrees. No storms. And the relative humidity 89%. The wind was southwest at 3 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.00 inches and falling. At Kissimmee, rain was falling, with a temperature of 81. At Orlando, thunder was reported, with a temperature of 81. It was sunny, with a temperature of 88 at Plant City Municipal Airport, 88 at Sarasota Bradenton Airport, and 90 at Punta Gorda. It was mostly sunny, with a temperature of 88 at Middle Air Force Base, 86 at Brooksville, 87 at downtown St. Petersburg, 82 at Winter Haven, and 90 at Fort Myers. At Bartow, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 81. Marine reports along the coast and offshore buoys. At the Sealand site at Cedar Key, winds were northwest at 17 knots. Air temperature 84 degrees. At the Sealand site at Venice, winds were west at 9 knots. Sea temperature 87 degrees. Air temperature 86 degrees. 100 miles west of Bayport, winds were from the west at 12 knots. Sea temperature 85 degrees. Air temperature 85. Wave height 2 feet. Wave period 4 seconds. 210 miles west of Captivity, air temperature was 85 degrees. Sea surface temperature was 87 degrees. The barometer was 1,017.0 millibars and rising.
Millibars.
Winds were west at 4 knots.
Oh, Paul.
The wave period was 7 seconds, and the wave height 2 feet.
Your coastal waters forecast for the KHB 32 listening area for the following.
This is KHB 32.
Tampa Bay waters issued at 10:43.
Hold on, let me see if they're doing it on any other channel.
Winter Haven, 82 at
Yep.
Lakeland, and 88 at Hocklin. Marine reports along the coast and offshore buoys. At the Sealand site at Cedar Key, winds were northwest at 17 knots. Air temperature 84 degrees. At the Sealand site at Keaton Beach, winds were west at 16 knots. The current time is 2:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The tropical weather outlook issued by the National Hurricane Center in Miami, issued at 01:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 5 days. These are the 2 p.m. observations for the local area on Friday, August 7th. At Gainesville, thunder was reported. The temperature was 86 degrees, the dew point 75, and the relative humidity 69%. The wind was southwest at 14 miles an hour, gusting to 21. The pressure was 29.89 inches and falling. Elsewhere around the region at the villages, Fog was reported with the temperature of 84. At Taco, it was mostly sunny with the temperature of 82. It was partly sunny with the temperature of 88 at Leesburg, 83 at Winter Haven, and 79 at Lakeland. At Tampa International, it was cloudy with the temperature of 82. Marine reports along the coast and offshore buoys. At the Seaman site at Cedar Key, winds were west at 10 knots. Air temperature 85 degrees. At the Seaman site at Keaton Beach, winds were west at 17 knots. Air temperature 85 degrees. 100 miles west of Bayport, winds were from the west at 14 knots. Sea temperature 85 degrees. Air temperature 85. Wave height 3 feet. Wave period 4 seconds. 210 miles west of Canton, the winds were from the west at 4 knots. Sea temperature 89 degrees. Air temperature 85. Wave height 2 feet. Wave period 7 seconds. Synopsis. The frontal boundary drifts southward over the Florida Peninsula through the weekend. Expect showers and thunderstorms each afternoon and into the evening hours for Friday through Sunday. The current time is 2:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Air temperature 85 degrees. 100 miles west of Bayport, winds were from the west at 12 knots. Sea temperature 85 degrees.
Don't know if you can hear that thunder, but it's pretty bad out. It's getting.
Wave height 2 feet.
I'm expecting that they're gonna issue severe thunderstorm warning.
210 miles west of Canton, the winds were from the west at 4 knots. Wave height 2 feet. Wave period
The static is
7
from
seconds.
lightning, so I surely shouldn't be doing this.
Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for the KPS 505 listening area.
This is NOAA Weather Radio KPS 505, the voice of the National Weather Service, broadcasting at a frequency of 162.50 megahertz. The tower for KPS 505 is located in Sumterville, in Sumter County, and serves north central Florida. Programming originates from the National Weather Service office in Ruskin. The station provides warning alerts for Sumter, Citrus, Hernando, Lake and Marion counties,